If you're an indie author or you're gonna be an indie author, at some point you've thought to yourself, how am I gonna protect my work? How am I gonna prevent people from stealing my idea? And the easy answer is to copyright your book. But it's a little more complicated than most people think. There's a lot of questions that pop up. What does it mean to copyright your book? How exactly do you go about copywriting your book? And at what point should you be copywriting your book? We're going to be talking about all of that today, as well as actually going onto the copyright website and filing a book for copyright step by step with you guys. Hello everyone, my name is Mandy. I'm an author, the creator of the Book Launch Planner series, and I also create courses on book cover design and book formatting. If you want weekly videos on the business of being an author, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon so you never miss a new upload. You can also join as a YouTube member to get early access to videos and behind the scenes content. So before we go into our step-by-step tutorial, let's first answer the question, what is copyright? So when you file something for copyright, basically you end up getting a piece of paper that says you own this, and it's something that holds up in the court of law. Technically speaking, you have copyright over your book the minute you write it. Just by creating it, you own it. And also technically, there's like a way of proving copyright where if you mail the book to yourself or email the book to yourself because it's dated, that's another way of copywriting, but none of that holds up in the court of law. If you need it to hold up in the court of law, that is when you want to file copyright, where if you ever need to take someone to court, you have this piece of paper that says, I own this and therefore you can't steal it. The next thing we want to discuss is when do you file for copyright? Some people are tempted to file for copyright as soon as they finish the first draft, but the real answer to the question is you need to wait to file for copyright until the book is done. You can get away with filing for copyright if you publish your book and then notice there's a few typos and then you fix those typos. That's fine, but basically you want to wait until you have the final version of your book before you file for copyright. Now let's also discuss how to prep your book for uploading to the website, because we want to prepare it before we actually go onto the website and start doing all the different steps. So let's go ahead and jump onto my computer and I'll show you how you can prepare your file. Alright, so right now I'm in Adobe InDesign because this is where I have the final version of my manuscript. But you can also see we have the title page, the copyright page, the secondary title page, we have a map, we have a playlist, we have books that I've written, we have newsletter, we have a note from the author, and then we have the book itself starts. We don't need all this stuff. What we need when we upload our book for copyright is just the book itself. That's what I'm copywriting, just the text, nothing else. So basically, the way I do it is I just go to where the book itself actually starts and I hit Control A, and that just highlights everything, and I know it's not going to highlight the front matter of the book because that's just the way I format my books. So I've highlighted the entire text of the book and I'm going to copy it. And now I'm going to bring open a blank Word document and I'm going to paste it in. And now this should paste in all the chapters of my book. So essentially, when we're prepping our manuscript for upload, we just want to make sure it doesn't have any front matter or end matter. Now I know for a fact that this is going to include the end matter of my book. So once it pastes in, it's going to take a while, as you can see, because it's a long book, but once it does paste into the document, then we will be able to go in and delete that last bit of back matter. Okay, so my document pasted in, and what I'm noticing right off the bat is some of the formatting is a little messed up, so I'm going to go in and fix that as I go through. Okay, so I just had to go in and fix the drop caps because for whatever reason it would put the drop caps on a totally different line. As you can see, the formatting isn't perfect in here. Like the next chapter, chapter 2, doesn't start in the right spot. It should start on the next page, but this is just for copyright. This isn't formatting, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. What I do want to remove is this right here. This is just part of my end matter. I'm going to delete that. And the rest I'm going to leave in, and that should be fine. So we have our epilogue in here as well. I'm just going to make sure this is all good. So this is just the text of our book, and this is what we want. So if you format your book in Microsoft Word, it might actually be easier than what I'm doing. And I'm just going to save this to my computer to make sure I have this in the right spot. Okay, so that is our document. I'm going to close it now. And now we're going to actually start the copywriting process. So I am on a website that is copyright.gov. Obviously, this is going to be for the United States. If you're not in the United States, I have no idea how copyright works, but this is how it works in the United States. So you go to copyright.gov, and then you go to registration, and then from there you go to register your work, registration portal. And then we're going to scroll down until we find this lovely blue button, which is the login for the portal. Okay. And then over here, this is where you actually go ahead and log in. So if you are a new user, you're going to have to register. So you're going to want to click this link. If you're a new user, click here to register. I will warn you, their password requirements are ridiculous. Like, I had to try 10 times or more before I found a password that they were okay with. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to log in. And once you log in, this is what it's going to look like. And the button you're going to need from this point is this one right here, which is register one work by one author. And you can read through all this, but today I'm just going to talk you through everything. So we're going to hit that start registration button. And you can see this off to the left is all of our different steps that we're going to need to complete before we can actually submit our book for copyright. So you can see right now, we're on step 1, which is type of work. And we are going to select literary work. So as a novel, that is what we're copywriting. And we are just going to click this little box that says we've read all of this information. You can do that in your own time. And we're going to click continue. But also, if you think this is going to take you multiple times or days, you always have this save for later button option available to you guys. I recommend just doing it in one sitting and getting it over with, but if for some reason you need to walk away, you can. Today, we're going to hit the continue button, which brings us on to step 2, which is title. So we're going to put in the title of our book. In this case, I'm doing Sparks in Iceland, which is my newest book that is not quite out yet. But if you are watching this video, it's available for pre-order for the ebook, so that'll be linked down below if you want to check it out. So obviously, I'm at the point where my book is done being proofread, but it's not published yet. That is the ideal time to go ahead and file for copyright. But if you published a book and you didn't copyright it formally, you can go ahead and copyright a book after it's been published. You just have to make a note of when you originally created it, which you'll see when we get to that step. So that's the title of our book. Let's go ahead and click continue. So that actually brings me into the point I was just talking about. Has this work been published? So in my case, the answer is no. But if the answer was yes, then you can see we have to put in the information of when it was previously published. So if you published a book, but you didn't file for formal copyright, and now you do want to file for formal copyright, that's what you do, and you fill out all this information. Like International Standard Number Type, you would select your ISBN, then you'd put your ISBN here, and then, yeah, you would just fill out all this information. But again, I haven't published the book yet, so I'm going to hit no. And the year of completion is this year, which is 2025. And now we're going to hit continue. So now we're going to put in the author/claimant information. So over here, what's important is that this is the name that's going to be public information. So if your privacy is important to you and you use a pen name, put your pen name here. And then also make sure you check this box, which basically says that you're using a pen name. Okay, so I filled out all of my information. This is a pen name for me, so I put in my pen name info, and then I also put in my P.O. box because this is going to be public information and I don't want my address as public information. So be mindful of that when you're filling this out. I'm going to check this box off because it's a pen name. I'm not going to check this box off because it's not being done anonymously. And then over here, we're saying what it is that we created, and it's one novel. So that's what I'm selecting. And now we're gonna hit continue. Now this is material that needs to be excluded. This is gonna only pertain probably to people that write nonfiction. So if you write a nonfiction book that references other people's work, like in quotes, you obviously can't copyright someone else's copywritten material. So if that's the case, you would put that info in here. If you're writing a novel, you shouldn't be referencing anything like that anyways. So you should be leaving this blank. So for me, I'm leaving it blank, and we're going to hit continue. And over here, we have the rights and permissions page. So again, this is just putting in our contact information. To be totally honest, I'm not sure if this information is public or private. So this is going to be the way that the Copyright Office contacts you. So if you don't want this information to be public and you're really paranoid about it, I would put in your pen name and your P.O. box. But I think you're safe putting in just your address and your legal name, but it's a total call. That's up to you. I personally am going to be putting in my pen name and my P.O. box just to be safe. And again, we just have another page where they want us to put our name and information. And again, I'm just going to be putting in the same info that I did for the last step. And this last step is who and where exactly they're going to be mailing your certificate that says you own copyright to your book. So again, I'm putting in my P.O. box in case this information ends up public, but you guys can put in your address if you're comfortable, or again, if you have a P.O. box, just use that. This step is for special handling. If you're writing a novel, odds are you won't need to touch this. This is, I guess, court related. Like if there's a complicated reason why you need copyright or something or another, you're gonna have to do this step. But 99% of you can just hit the continue button and leave it blank, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, this last step is basically your digital signature, so you're just gonna put your name and that's it. Alright, so now we've come to the last page before we pay, and this is just to review your information. If I scroll down, you would be able to see all the info at once and review it. I'm not going to scroll down just because I would have to blur out most of the page anyways, but you just want to double check everything before you move on, because once you save all this, you can't change it. But from here, once it all looks good, you go ahead and hit add to cart. And please note that you have to pay for your copyright before you upload your book to actually copyright it. Okay, so now again, we're just looking at everything real quick, and we're gonna hit the checkout button. And there's two options to pay. You can pay with a deposit or you can pay with a credit card. I'm just gonna do the credit card option, so I'm gonna hit that. And do you wish to proceed? Yes, this is just saying that you're going to be opened up to a different web page to actually pay. And I'm going to hit debit card and hit continue. And now I'm going to put in my card info. Once you pay, you should be getting this screen that says something along the lines of payment successful. And if that's the case, then you can go ahead and click the continue button, because remember, we haven't actually uploaded our book yet. So to actually upload our book, we're going to go ahead and hit this green box that says select files to upload. And we're going to find our files. So we can see that is the Word document that I had created earlier, and you also have to make sure you hit this start upload button. So you have to go first to the green, and then once you select your file, you have to upload your file. I know it's not intuitive. It is what it is though. But from here, we can see that it's successfully uploaded, and then our last step, also labeled as step 2, is just to hit this little green box. And that's to formally submit it. And then once you do that, it should turn yellow. And this means we're done. It says right here, claim submission completed, no further action requested. And you can click there for more information. At this point, in a couple of days, you should get the formal file for copyright in the mail. I believe you also get it by email as well. But now, if we go to the home page, you can see the book that we just uploaded here. And that means that we are officially done. So that is going to be it for this video. That was how to file for copyright. Next week, we're going to be talking about what should actually go on your copyright page, because there's a few different ways you can go about it, and there's things that I include on my copyright page now that I didn't used to before. But again, that is next week, so if you want to see that video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. If you have requests for other videos, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next week.